Laura Wright, lovely to speak to you on a really exciting night for you. Nominated your album for Album of the Year, The Last Rose. Why do you think people have taken it to their hearts so much?
Well, I mean, the whole story behind the album comes from my family, and I think that's why it's really personal for me. So maybe that, I don't know, rung true for some other people, for the audience. Also on the album, there's a lot of traditional folk music, and there's music that a lot of people remember from their childhood, and they've sung when they're growing up. And, you know, a lot of it was influenced from my grandmother, so there's that real family history element to it, and I loved recording it, and I think the orchestra sound beautiful, so maybe that's why, I'm not sure.
Is it difficult to separate such an emotional experience from your day job as well?
Yeah, definitely, but I think, you know what, the thing with singing and performing is it is an emotional experience. Every performance you do, you've got to put your heart and soul into it, and I think unless you feel that emotion, then it doesn't really come across when you perform, so for me it kind of helped get that across.
I mean, you've had an extraordinary year. We've been hearing about your all your exploits with the Royals. I mean, have you had time to put that into context yet?
Not really. Yeah, it's been amazing actually. I got to meet the Queen and performed for her quite a few times this year with all the Jubilee celebrations. Yeah, my feet haven't quite hit the ground yet because she's so elegant, and I think what she's done this year and the stamina she has for this country is quite incredible. And I guess I'm just now looking forward to performing my music live and, you know, for as many people as possible, including the Queen.
And tonight you get that rare opportunity to catch up with some of the other artists in the classical music world. What difference does that make, and how important is that to touch base with them?
It is so rare because often you have sort of the nerves of performing or singing, you know, live on the evening, and I think for me, yeah, it's a real chance to catch up with those people that are in exactly the same position as you and they understand. And it's just great, yeah, like you say, to catch up, chat to as many people. I'm really looking forward to meeting the military wives because, as I said before, I think what they do is really fantastic and I admire them for what they do. So it takes a lot of courage.
And what's next on the agenda for you?
I have got my first ever 2 headline shows coming up very soon, in just under a week in fact. So I've got one in my hometown of Ipswich and one in St James Piccadilly, so I'm really concentrating on practicing for those as much as possible. Yeah.
And how much more pressure does it add that you are the headliner?
So much pressure, I'm so nervous, but I think the good thing about doing one in Ipswich is that a lot of my friends and family will be there because that's where I'm from. And I've always performed at the football events there, and there's a real sort of, I don't know, they feel like they rally behind you and things like that, and so I'm hoping they'll do that at my concert.
Laura Wright, thank you very much. Thank you.